Greetings, and blessings to everybody. I hope that you are doing well. Hope all is well with you. So today, we are going to be talking about Masonic legends. Legends. I'm talking about those who have had a definitely impact in your Masonic career, your Masonic journey. This is what we're going to talk about tonight. So for those of you who will be tuning in, I certainly welcome you. This is going to be interesting because I want to hear back from you. I want to hear back from you because I'm going to talk about some of the legends uh, that I have come across in my Masonic journey. I'm talking about Masonic legends, those individuals who have changed the course in your Masonic life, something that they did, and they showed you how Masons are supposed to carry themselves and be. And because of that, you have matured, you have changed, you have grown in masonry because of their influence. So, welcome aboard. Please hit the like button. Do me another favor. Not only hit the like button, but definitely I want you to call in. I want to have this conversation with you because there are so many Masons that have come through the doors and have changed people's lives. I mean, influenced them in such a way to help them to actually become a better man. I'm talking about those type of legends, people you have actually had contact with. I'm not talking about somebody you read about in a book. I'm talking about that brother in your lodge that actually touched you. That brother was like, he was that guy. I'm talking about those legends in your Masonic journey, in your Masonic life, in your Masonic lodge. I may not know them, but you do. So this is that opportunity to share with those who may be watching, those who may come along at a later time, a later date, to have this conversation in regards to your Masonic journey, in regards to those legends in your Masonic walk. So come on in. If you want to call in and have the conversation, please do. Greetings. How you doing there, Brother Williams? I appreciate you tuning in tonight. So once again, tonight we're talking about Masonic legends. I hope you have had a great day. As a matter of fact, I know that most of you have been watching that football today. I hope your team won, and if they didn't, well, next time. And don't get mad when your team lose. Let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Not to ever get mad when your team lose, no matter what you feel. You must realize these guys is going to collect a check on Tuesday. The numbers are going to be unreal. They may not have liked the fact that they lost that football game, but trust me, that check changes everything. So come on in, let's have this conversation and sit back and relax. We're going to talk about Masonic legends. Who is that person in your lodge? No, not only that, in your chapter. If you're a sister of the Order of the Eastern Star, and there was a lady, a woman, whomever, however you want to put that in your chapter that changed your perspective on the Order of the Eastern Star. She gave you something new. She gave you something to think about. She pushed you along the way. I'm talking to you tonight. I'm not only talking, I'm talking to the brothers of the craft. Anybody can get this tonight. So I'm going to talk about a few legends that I've come across. I mean, some things that they have helped in my life. And it's going to be interesting. I want to share that with you. So I'm going to start off with Frank J. Bobo. Frank J. Bobo is a living legend in California. If you are a Mason in California, amongst the ancient, free, and accepted Masons, he was the Grand Master of the most worshipful Sons of Light Grand Lodge. He was that dude in the state of California. And this guy served as Grand Master from 1966 up to 1991. He was that guy, and he grew the most worshipful Sons of Light Grand Lodge. He grew it so big, so large. They were bigger than Prince Hall at one time in the state of California. The most worshipful Sons of Light Grand Lodge, ancient, free, and accepted Masons, were bigger than Prince Hall, PHA, in the state of California. They were so big at one time, the Grand Lodge of California inquired in regards to who was the Grand Master of that jurisdiction. This is a fact. This is not something I'm talking about and just throwing out. I'm telling you exactly what took place. I'm in the state of California. I've been here over 30-some years. I'm telling you, the most wishful sons of light, Grandmaster Frank J. Bobo, definitely a living legend in the state of California amongst the brothers of the craft, the sisters of the order. He was that guy. He was brutal at some time. I mean, this guy was brutal at some time. He was very dynamic, very cashmere. This guy had a flair and a swag about himself. I mean, he was that man. Frank J. Bobo, past Grand Master of the Most Wishful Sons of Light Grand Lodge. He served from the year 1966 all the way up to 1990. He passed away in 1992. I had an opportunity to be in a lodge working under the jurisdiction of Most Wishful Sons of Light. That's where I was raised at, from a dead level to a living, That's where I was at. I'm going somewhere else, but that's where I was at. You know. Also, there's another gentleman in my lodge. Well, no, he wasn't in my lodge. Same jurisdiction. He was in Aries Lodge. Aries Lodge number 4, as a matter of fact. It was Aries Lodge number 4. This brother right here, his name is JC Oscar Julian, is what I called him. Now, let me tell you something about brother Oscar Julian. He's a legend in my eyes. Let me tell you why. Oscar Julian told me this. He said, whenever you go to grand session, and when you come back home, you should always bring your wife back a gift. Not only that, not only do you bring her back a gift when you go, and while you are there, you should be able to learn and bring something back to your lodge. I was like, okay. So I'm going to tell you a story about what this man did to show me the extent of what a brother will do for you, okay? Let me break this down to you. So I had a Mustang 5.0. This was back in the early 90s. It was white. All right. The transmission went out of my Mustang. Now, mind you, I had driven all over looking for a particular transmission place to actually do the work. My car was fairly new, but it had quite a few miles on it, because it was my only car and I drove it. And I went to a mechanic. This guy specialized in transmission work. As a matter of fact, he did transmission work on all of the school buses and equipment for the police department and the city of San Diego school department. So I went to him and I said, you know what? I got this car. I need a transmission. What will you charge? At this time, we're talking early 90s, and I had this 5.0. This guy said, you know what? It's going to be about $1,800, $2,000 for a transmission. I was like, man, I don't have that type of money. Didn't have it. Well, I went to Oscar Julian, my brother. I went to him and I said, man, I need a transmission in my car. He said, can your car make it to my home? I said, yeah, it can make it to your home. I drove to his home, picked him up. He said, I'm going to take you to my mechanic. He took me to the same mechanic that I had just got through talking to. The guy looked at me. He said, you know him? I said, yeah, that's my lodge brother. He said, leave your car here and don't worry about it. Man, I didn't have no money. I said, leave my car here. He said, yeah, leave it here. You know him? I said, yeah. JC told me, he said, don't worry about it. This guy fixed my car within a week. I had my car back within a week. I mean, he said, well, I said, well, how much is this going to cost me? He said, JC going to take care of it. I went to JC. I said, JC, he told me you was going to take care of it. He said, well, how much you pay him? I said, I ain't paying him nothing. He said, how much was it worth? I said, all I got is $1,500. He said, well, give me 12 of your 15. I gave brother JC $1,200 for a $2,000 transmission for that Mustang. And that just goes to show me, that was showing me, greetings everybody who's coming on. This is what Masons are supposed to do. This is that bond we have, okay? That was JC. Another legend, and this is open to anybody. If you want to call in tonight and talk about someone that influenced you in Freemasonry or the Order of the Eastern Star, those legends who you knew, I mean, you touched them. I'm not talking about somebody you read about in a book. I'm talking about an actual legend that you know that touched you in your lodge, in your chapter, to help influence you to get to where you're at right now. I'm talking about that guy. Okay, that guy. So as things went on, as time went on, there was another legend. His name. Wait a minute. I'm going back to JC. I'm going back to JC. When I bought my home, and I bought a refrigerator from another lodge brother who owned his own appliance store. He owned his own appliance store. This brother put in my home. His name was Gus. He said, "Don't cuss, call Gus." This brother supplied my home with a stove and a refrigerator. I bought my washer and my dryer from this brother. He supplied my home with those items to go in it when I got in here. Okay? This is Brother Gus. Now my refrigerator went out. Brother JC said, "Well, who did you buy the refrigerator from?" I said, I bought my refrigerator from Brother Gus. He said, "Take it back." I took the thing back to Gus. Gus says, "No problem. I will put another one in there." This brother supplied my home with a stove, refrigerator, washer, and dryer. Okay? Charged me less than a few $100s to bring it and to put it in my home. They were showing me this is what masonry is all about. And granted, I'm new. I've only been a mason maybe 5 years total, but I'm just getting my feet wet. But these brothers influenced me on how to carry myself and how to be that mason. All right? How to be that mason. Greetings, everybody. I hope that you're getting something out of this particular show tonight. We're calling this Legends. We want to talk to you about those legends that you know of that help change you as far as being a mason, help to influence you on how to carry yourself, or how to be, on how to treat other masons. And these individuals' names that I'm calling out, I'm going to call out some sisters too. But right now, I'm talking about the brothers that I've come across in my life journey as a mason that really influenced me. All right. Now, that was Brother JC. I just talking about. I talked about Brother Gus, how he supplied those items for my home when I moved in. Brother JC not only helped with putting a transmission in my vehicle, this brother, he said, "Look, you're moving into a new home. Your wife is not going to want to move into her new home with some old furniture." I was like, "Bro, you know what? Look, I can't afford to really buy anything new." He said, "I tell you what, I'm going to buy you your first love seat and sofa to go in your home." This brother went into his pocket, gave me $500, told me to go buy a love seat and sofa for my home. That's a fact. That's what I was like, "Man, I can't pay this back." He said, "I'm not asking you to pay it back." But that was something he did for me. And it wasn't about anything other than he wanted to see me prosper. He wanted to see me come up. As a matter of fact, he's one of the many brothers who helped me get my home. When I say help me get my home, I'm talking about financially said, "Look, we're going to support you in helping you to get your home." Okay? There's another brother. His name is Brother Bird. Brother Bird already had a home. He was well established. He had a lot of daycare kids that he took care of. His wife, they had a lot of foster kids. They was into the foster care system. Brother Bird, when I was getting ready to purchase my home, and you needed a nice lump sum to put down, Brother Bird said, "Hey, how much you need?" I said, I'm short. I would think I was short like $5,000 for a down payment on my home. I was short 5,000. I put 8 down. I was short 5. He said, "How much you need?" I said, "Whatever you can give me." This brother went into his home, came back. "Here's $300. He said, "I want to see you come up." Right? Then I went to another brother. Okay? I call him Panther. That's all I've ever called this brother. He's Panther. This brother was a member of PHA, right? Went to him. I said, "Bro, I'm trying to get this home. I'm a little short. This is what I'm trying to do." He said, "How much you need?" I said, "Whatever you can give me." Brother gave me 500, right? I went to Sister Lordale Stevens, a member of the Order of the Eastern Star, Exanthes chapter, past worthy matron. She lives about 2 blocks from me. She said, hey, Hawkins, you know, I understand you're trying to get a home. I know you're short. What you need? I told her, bam. All of my fraternal brothers and sisters assisted me in making sure that I got into my home. That's what I got out of Masonry. That's why I do what I do and assist those who may have called upon me to help. And I've received assistance. Some people won't, man, nah. No, brother, I've found favor in a lot of brothers as I've traveled. That is the truth. People can say whatever they want to say. I have found favor. And a lot of people won't say that. They won't, but I have. And tonight we're talking about those legends in your lodge, in your chapters, who may have assisted in aiding you. So as you grew into becoming the Mason you are now, or the Eastern Star you are now, they had an influence. They had their hands in it. And you remember them because of who they are, because of what they've done for you, and because they taught you how to be truly a Mason. Let me tell you, this is the funniest thing. So I'm a youngster coming in, you know, I got my own way of dressing. I wasn't a suit and tie guy. I like suit and ties, but you know, I had my own style. Greetings, brothers, and that jacket is fly. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I had my own way, my own little flair. And those old cats, man, they rode me, man. They said, Brother Tony, when we get ready to go somewhere, when we move, you should have slacks, shoes, a button-up shirt, or a polo shirt. That's how we're going to do it. I do not want to see you with a jogging outfit on. I do not want to see you with gym shoes on when we travel. And I was like, man, you know, it was just so uncomfortable. I'm a youngster. I want to dress casual. No, these guys, slacks, shoes, button-up shirt, or polo. That's the only way you would travel with them. Other than that, you were not allowed to travel with them. That's the truth. These guys, these are my legends in my Masonic life, in my Masonic career that I've come across to help me to become the Mason I am now. All right. Greetings, everybody. I probably wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for you, big brother. I agree with that. Brother in the chat, brother. Oh, Brother Charles, how you doing, brother? Greetings. Glad to have you in. So if you want to call in tonight and you want to talk about those legends who touch you, those legends who influence you, those legends who like, hey man, this and this. I mean, really broke it down to you. You're certainly welcome to do so. That number you can call in tonight is going to be 619-286-0642. If you want to call in tonight, you're welcome to do so. The phone lines are open, you know, because, you know, if you are a Mason or an Eastern Star, there is someone who has influenced you on how to be the best Eastern Star or the best Mason you can be. I'm telling you, because we've all had them. Okay, so I've talked about brother JC. I've talked about past Grandmaster Frank J. Bobo. I've talked about brother Gus. There was another brother. His name was Willie F. Pope was his name. Willie F. Pope. He was the junior warden in my lodge. Oh my God. Willie F. Pope was a master pipe fitter for the Navy, past chief. This guy, he was special to me. Let me tell you, what made him special is his wife. Plain and simple. What made him special was his wife. And let me tell you why. Because his wife, who was a former member of the Order of the Eastern Star, they had a daycare, right? And I had some young kids. What's up, brother William Woodson? What's going on? I had some young kids, and I couldn't really afford daycare. Okay, I couldn't. And he said, "Hey man, my wife got daycare. Take your kids over. Let her know I told you to bring them over, and we'll work out the payment." She kept my kids almost for a whole year. Hear me clearly. She kept my kids almost for a whole year until I was able to get stable on my feet as I moved into my home. All right. This brother, Willie F. Pope, was that brother that if you was really in need, I mean, I'm talking about need. I ain't talking about you talking about, well, I need some gas money. I'm talking about some real need. He was that guy. So the story behind Willie F. Pope is this story here. I was working at Coca-Cola. Had a nice apartment, married, 2 kids, kind of really getting my life together. Been in the lodge for a little while, and I broke my wrist, and I couldn't work, right? And hell, I got behind on my rent, got behind on my car notes, and it was right around the tax season, and I was gonna get some taxes back. I was gonna be all right once that came in, but it didn't come in on time. It didn't come in on time, man. Look, I'm telling you, it didn't make it. So Willie F. Pope said, how much you need, bro? I said, man, I need my rent paid. I need to get these 2 car notes done, and I need some food in my home. He was like, this is where you're at? I said, bro, look, I ain't never asked another man for anything, but I needed, I'm telling you, I needed my car notes paid. I needed my rent paid, okay? And I needed food in my home. This is the truth. Willie F. Pope said, okay, come back here tomorrow. I got you. This brother gave me the money to pay my car notes and my rent, okay? And put food in my house. And the next thing he said, when you get it back, you repay me back. I said, no problem. When I got my tax money back, when I got that couple of dollars back, I broke him off. He was the first person I went to. I said, I want to say thank you. See, this is what masonry is all about. In my own opinion, okay, based upon my own experience, all right, this is what it's all about. Those are legends. I mean, man, I'm telling you. And when he passed away, man, when he passed away, I grieved. I'm talking about I grieved for him more than I did when my father passed away. That's the truth. I grieved for this brother. I mourned his passing for like a whole year, because before he passed away, it was the funniest thing. I was at his home. We all knew he was terminally ill. I was at his home. He said, well, brother, if I pass away, and when I pass away, I got a case of Miller's Light in the refrigerator for you. I was like, you got a what? He said, I got a case of Miller's Light in the refrigerator for you. So anytime you come by, you come to this room, have a seat, you can have a cold beer. Man, let me tell you, I got off of work one day. I went by to see him. Didn't know he had passed away. Me being in the medical field, hell, I'm about to start CPR on him. His wife told me, no, he's gone. He just passed away about an hour ago. Let it be, Hawkins. I cried like a baby. Man, I cried. And then after that, I went by his house almost, man, my wife would be like, are you coming home? I said, I'm over to Sister Pope's house. She's like, oh, you can just stay over there. Man, I stayed over there. I slept over there. I ate over there, man. That was my second home. This is the influence that brother had on me. This is how that brother touched my life. I carry him with me all the time. All those legends that I'm talking about, man, I got to know them personally. This is not somebody I read about in a book. I'm talking about this is things that they actually did for me in my life. I don't know about you. I'm just saying, in my life journey, I met some real legends, some real masons. I'm not talking about somebody you read about. It's like, wow. I'm talking about somebody I actually touched. I was in lodge meeting with them. I'm talking about those guys. And I'm quite sure that you know some of those guys. I'm quite sure you know someone like that. And if you want to call in and talk about them, you're so welcome to do it, because we need to hear about some real legends, not those you just read about. I'm talking about real legends, living legends, those who you know, they may be gone right now, but you know them. I'm talking about real sisters, Eastern Stars, who touched your life, who was able to help you to become the better Mason or the better sister in the order. I'm talking about some real people. That's what I'm talking about tonight. Greetings, everybody. Brother Larry Diamond, welcome. We're talking about some real legends in Freemasonry. That's what we're talking about tonight. And if you know of anyone who's really touched your Masonic life or in that journey, you can call in and talk about it. You can do that. The number is posted. Just waiting to hear from you as I talk to you tonight about some of my legends that I've come across. Greetings, everybody. Hey, have one for me. So look, the next person I'm going to talk about, the next brother I'm going to talk about is Benjamin F. Mitchell, my first worshipful master. My first worshipful master. His name was Benjamin F. Mitchell. The coolest brother. I mean, he had a gray afro. I mean, a solid gray afro. He was about 6'2", 6'3". This brother was very calm. He didn't really, the way he ran the lodge was smooth. I mean, smooth. I come to lodge meeting, he said, Brother Hawkins, sit over as junior deacon, sit as the senior warden, sit as the title. He had me all over the lodge. I had to learn every position in the lodge. I mean, from the door, I mean, every seat. I have sat in every seat in the lodge because of him. From a junior steward, senior steward, junior deacon, senior deacon, the Tyler, all the way up. This brother here, and he was that guy that pushed me to learn the ritual and how I'm supposed to conduct a lodge as a worshipful master, because he will put you in that position. He would actually say, today you're going to be this person. And you would have to know the works. No, don't open that book. Put it down. You're a master mason now. You should know this position, or you should know that position. And he would have me to go to each station, know their part. And that is one of the main influences in my Masonic journey. He was that guy. All right. So you got him in your lodge. Come on, you got it. You got him in your lodge. You got him in your chapter. If you want to talk about him, you can call in. I mean, I know I'm talking about those who help to influence me, but it's some that help influence you. You should remember them. And if you know, and if they're still living, you should go by and grip them, shake their hand, let them know the influences that they had on you. All right. We're talking about legends, not somebody you're going to read about in a book. I'm talking about those who are tangible to you, those who are accessible to you. All right. That's who I'm talking about. Another living legend that was in my lodge was Drake Jones. Brother Drake Jones. Man, let me tell you. Brother Drake was former military. I'm in San Diego, military. Okay, most of my lodge brothers were military or former military guys. So brother Drake, family, you know, he took care of his granddaughter, raised her as his own. He was that guy. Let me tell you, this guy, man. So I got stories about these guys. Brother Drake was very cool with how he did his business. He's a past worshipful master. He was my third worshipful master. Okay, he's my third worshipful master. Okay, so this brother was very cool. When I was coming up as a Mason, he was that guy that said, "I need you to come by the house. We're gonna put on a function." He was that guy. He was the function guy. You know, we're gonna do fish dinners. We're gonna do this. He was that guy. Okay. And I was like, man, I don't want to do it. He said, no, I'm going to show you how to do this. Because when you get to become a worshipful master, when you are over committees, you need to understand how to run a committee. And this is our fundraising committee, our raffle committee. This is everything. This is how we're going to generate money for the lodge. Did I really want to do that? Nope. Did I learn? Yes. Did it help me? Yes. Do I regret it? Nope. I'm like, man, I did not like it. But the information he gave me is information I can pass on to the new brothers when they come into my lodge and they say, I want to do something. What do you want to do? And I will help them to develop the plan or to develop the program or whatever they wanted to put on. I help them. I'm not, because I'm a past master, you think I want to just sit back and allow this youngster to come through and fail? I want him to succeed. And the only way that this brother is going to succeed when he comes to my lodge, I have to assistinate him. I'm that guy. I'm not going to sit back and say, oh, my past master, I ain't got, no. Here's my phone number, young man. What do you want to do? What do you want to put on? Let's do it. You got my support. And whatever we got to do to make it be successful, let's put it together. This is what I'm talking about. Someday I'm going to shake your hand. Put the book down. You're speaking my language. Greeting, Brother Lowe. How you doing? King Solomon Grand Lodge of Arkansas. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Brother Tony Muhammad Hawkins, don't you know that you will be becoming a legend? Well, if you say so, I appreciate it. But right now, I want to share with you those who influence me, all right? So, like I said, if anyone wants to call in, that be a sister or a brother, you can do this. But I want you to understand, I want you to know there's some legends in your Masonic lodge that has helped influence you, and we want to talk about them. You know, don't wait till they're dead and gone, and then you talk about, oh, no. When those brothers were living in my presence, man, they knew. I was over to their homes. Their wives knew when I knocked on, that young man is at the door. Go, that young man is on the phone. Man, I was that guy. I wanted to get all that they had to share so I could learn from them. All right? I can learn from them how to be that Mason. So as I grew in the lodge, so when we travel, no more sweats and no more just shirts and tee, no more of that. I put on the slacks. I put on the shoes. I wore the button-up shirt because that's how we travel. That's how they wanted to show you this is a young man. This is not no button-up white shirt, button-up blue shirt, button-up shirt. We was all sort of dressed alike. Slacks, shoes, button-up shirts. Some of them wore ties. Okay. This is how they move. Whenever we travel, went out of state, whatever we did, that's how we got down in the lodge. Period. Now, with that being said, Albert Foster, let me tell you. Let me tell you. This is a good one. Albert Foster. He was a junior warden in my lodge at one time, right? This brother, right, couldn't read. But he was a past master. Oh, well, okay, so he was a chief in the Navy. Hear me clearly. This is some crazy stuff. This brother couldn't read, but he was also a master pipe fitter in the Navy, and he was a chief. He couldn't read. I had to write his checks for him, but the brother was fucking smart. Now you ask me, how is it that a man couldn't read, but he was, you talking about a brother knew masonry, knew the book. I don't know how he learned it. I don't know. One day, I'm brash, I'm fresh, I think I got it. I walk up to him, I challenged him. Because I knew he couldn't read, I challenged him. Yeah, that was the biggest damn mistake I made. Walked up to him, I said, hey, Brother Foster. Hey, Brother Tony, how you doing? I said, I'm all right. I said, you got a few minutes? Yeah, Brother Tony, I got a few minutes. Went on the side. I started challenging him. He looked at me. He said, okay, all right. I see where you're going. You think you know it, huh? Shit. Did I think I knew it? Man, look, I knew the work off the dome. You hear me? I knew the work off the dome. He asked me one question, and I couldn't answer it. It was a Masonic question. Because I was so fired up, because I thought I knew everything, he asked me one question, and I didn't answer, and I didn't know the answer. He walked away. Past Master Frank Cummins comes over. He said, don't you ever do that to one of your lodge members again. Don't question brothers like that. Don't do that. These are lessons that I've learned. And I've learned, because you think that you know it all, there's always somebody out there that got something for your ass. That's the truth. When you think that you got it, when you think you know it all, be it history, be it the book, and you can quote it, there's one out there. They don't say much. Brother Foster didn't say much. He often sit back. He knew his ritualistic work. He didn't say much. Brother Harper, can you write my check out for my lodge dues? Yes, I can. But I was cocky. And I learned a valuable lesson that day. Not only from Frank Cummins, my past master, a wishful master, but I learned from Brother Albert Foster. Be careful. You're going to run up on the wrong one, masonically speaking. And they're going to leave you where you were standing because you thought you knew it all. And he did that. I was like, I won't do that again. I won't do that again. Because look, man, I'm young. Mind you, I'm about 5 or 6 years in. These guys are in their 50s, going into their 60s. They're hitting retirement age. It's only like 2 or 3 of us that's the youngest members in the lodge. We fresh. We like in our late 20s, mid 20s. Man, we're about to tear up some things. You hear me? Come on now. Y'all know what I'm talking about. What's going on? What's going on? Hope all is well. What's up, Art? Everything is well with me. Randolph Teller, best brother that teaches me in my Masonic career, was a late past. Oh, really? Angelo Jones, 33rd. And senior past grandmaster. And senior past grandmaster James R. Black, 33rd. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. So that brother, man, he left me where I was standing there, right? So I was like, okay, cool. Now, these are all men that was in my lodge that I had the opportunity to go to their home, touch, be with them, fellowship with them. I have buried every senior member in my lodge from the time I came in, except for 2. And that was Brother Drake and Brother Foster. Man, what a journey. What a journey. I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't change my Masonic journey for the world because of the experiences, because of those who laid the foundation that I'm on right now. Man, it's solid. It's solid. Oh my God, it's solid. I'm talking about some real legends that helped me to be where I'm at. They showed me how Masons should treat each other. It was not all about the grip and the Q&A. It was about the next man becoming a better man, as we like to say. And teaching that brother what it is to be a Mason, how to act and how to be. Most of us say it's in our hearts, but is it really in your heart? Is that how you talk to another brother? You look down on him because he's not in your jurisdiction? Is it really in your heart, or are you just talking noise? The only thing I can say in regards to my older brothers who are now gone, I'm the senior guy in my lodge in my 50s. Imagine that. The only thing I can say is that they wasn't deep into the esoteric thing. They wasn't them type of brothers. They knew, but they didn't really touch it. See, I have the younger brothers that came into my lodge, really lit my fire in regards to the esoteric and esoteric side of Freemasonry. They lit that fire. I ain't gonna lie. The younger brothers that came into my lodge lit that fire. Although I've had plenty of books long before they came along, and I kind of understood some of it, but they lit the fire, okay? They lit that fire. Because my old heads before me, they was like, we don't, Because I remember my first book dealing with Isis and Osiris and those type of legends in the Masonic era, and they was like, no, brother, Tony, no, nope. So I set the books aside. But then when this young bunch, this young group of Masons started to come into my lodge, oh man, it was a wrap. Now, mind you, I'm the senior brother now. All right, I'm the senior brother now. And these younger guys now are coming into my lodge. And they're coming in with a whole nother perspective. They're coming in sharing light and knowledge, things that I'd heard about, things that I've talked about, but really wasn't for sure. But they're laying it down to me. I mean, breaking it down to me. I had one brother, Brother Eric Sutton. You know, he's been on the show before. Young brother called me up one time and said, "Hey, Brother Tony, how you doing?" I said, "Well, who is this?" He says, "Brother Sutton, you just did my EA initiation about a week or so ago." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, you don't remember?" I said, "Bruh, I'm sorry. I'm telling you the truth. If he's here, if he ever go back and watch this, he'll be like, he'll start laughing." Brother Eric Sutton, right? And I was like, "Bruh, you know." So he said, "Yes, Brother Sutton." So I put in my phone, I'll call him EA Sutton, to remind me that when this brother came in, I really couldn't remember who he was at the time. So what he did, this brother was so into the esoteric side of Freemasonry. I mean, whew, it was just unreal. Him and Brother Donald Stevenson, okay? These two brothers lit a fire. I mean, lit a fire. And there was Mark A. Ford, lit a fire. I mean, when I say a fire, brother, they was all about that life. They was bringing me papers, and they was doing lectures, and they was showing me, even in the ritual, they were showing it to me, breaking it down to me. I was like, oh my God. I was like, ooh, wee. It was like, yeah. They was breaking the first, the second degree down. They was going deep. I mean, okay, so when you become a Mason, you know, you get the initiation rites, you got the basic. I mean, these brothers they built a cake. Okay, when I say they built a cake, what they did was, okay, Brother Tony, you got the foundation. And that's the support of the cake. But let me add these other ingredients into your cake, brother. And when you get done, you're gonna have a nice chocolate 3-layer cake. Brothers, sisters, man. Oh, I learned a lot. Well, it was one time we was getting ready to do an initiation for brother Sutton and Brother Ford. On the way to the initiation, they have a flat. They have no way of changing the tire. We are waiting on them. They're about 2 hours behind in the initiation process, right? When they finally get to the place to where we're going to do their initiation, we're asking them, and they are pissed, they mad, they angry. Okay, brothers, why y'all so late? What's going on? We all in their ass. We chewing them out. They look, brother Sutton looked at me and said, "Look, the problem was I had a flat, didn't have a spare, and the thing you take the tie off was not fitting. So we had to persevere and get some help to help change this flat to come to this initiation." He said, "Man, I don't want to hear this shit." That's what he told me. "I don't want to hear this shit." I was like, damn. He said, "I had to use every patience in my body to not go in." I was like, oh, you can learn from so many different people. And I was like, patience, huh? Yeah, I had to go in, brother. I had to go in and be patient about receiving the help that I needed in order to be where I wanted to get to. I was like, wow. So these are living legends. And I'm telling you that there are some legends in your lodge that you need to reach out and touch them older brothers in your lodge that you don't see no more. You got to find out why they don't come to meetings no more. I'm telling you, these gentlemen that I'm talking about and these young brothers who have come through my lodge, who have helped me to be the best version of me, man, look, you need to reach out to these guys in your lodge. I'm telling you. And don't wait till they can no longer come to the lodge and say, "Well, you remember such and such." No. Brothers and sisters, reach out to them individuals that help to sustain and build your lodge. Reach out to them. I'm going to talk about a sister. Her name was Kim Crenshaw. Yeah, Kim Crenshaw was her name. She's the past grand matron of the Garden of Eden Grand Chapter Order of the Eastern Star here in California. This sister passed away about 8 years ago. But what I found out about this sister is that her dad was a Mason. Her husband was a Mason. And this sister, brothers, I tell another Mason in a minute. Go talk to that sister over there. When I got to know exactly who she was and how she, man, they'll come back and be like, I ain't talking to her. I ain't talking. This sister, you to my challenging. You want to challenge her on what? The OES or Freemason? She was that type of sister. She was that one. Man, I'm telling you, I've come across some legends and they have touched me, they have guided me, they have helped me to become the Mason that I am. And before I go tonight, there's one more that I'm going to mention, and everybody knows him. Louis Farrakhan, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, my Masonic brother, legend, a living legend. And I can honestly say, I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for anybody else who was at that session with us. I'm strictly talking for me about my experience being there at that time. I'm just going to share you a little bit because someone wants to do an interview about me and that experience. So I'm going to share a little bit with you in regards to me being in that room, in regards to the special ceremonies that was bestowed upon him, the process, just a little bit. So for those of you who don't know, all right, myself and Grandmaster Rashid Muhammad, Grandmaster out of North Carolina, Grand Lodge, North Carolina, Ancient Free and Accepted Masons. We didn't know each other. We had never heard of each other. But everything was lined up perfectly. The stars, the moons, the heavens, everything was in line. I wrote the minister a letter. He wrote the minister a letter. Both letters got to the minister at the same time. Hear me clearly. I never met Grandmaster Rashid Muhammad. He never met me. But we both wrote Brother Louis Farrakhan, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, a letter. Both letters stating that we would like to meet with him regarding Freemasonry. Pretty much. And upon receiving a notice back, it said, yeah, we can make it happen in 2 weeks. The Honorable Louis Farrakhan said, look, here's what we need from you. We need to know your full name. Are you married? Do you have a family? What job you work? Where you work? They did a background check on us. I was like, okay, all right. I'm just giving you a little insight. They did a background check, right? And Minister Hugh Muhammad, whose name has now been changed, he's a representative here in San Diego. He had my letter, and and Brother Marcus Hill out of Baltimore helped me to rewrite my letter, but the letter got to him. And the process was that he said, look, if you can come to my home in 2 weeks, I give you 1 hour. 1 hour. That's what he gave us, 1 hour. But let me tell you, we was there for like 8 hours. 8 hours. We got to his home. Everybody got there around the same time. That was beautiful. We all walked in. We were searched. Yes, we were searched. We walked through the metal detectors, searched. We was told to leave all of our books, all of our stuff was left in a whole nother part of the home. Left it there. Took off our shoes. They gave us special socks to wear in the home. Went to his special table to where he was at. As he came down the elevator in his home, we was talking. He said, greetings, my brother. How are you doing? Came on out, brought us over to the table. He told each of us how he wanted us to be seated at his table. I was seated To his right, Grandmaster Rashid, no, I was seated to his left. Grandmaster Rashid Muhammad was seated to his right. And then he placed everybody else in order, and that's the order he wanted. And man, the knowledge, I'm talking about Masonic knowledge that he shared with us was worth everything. I'm talking, hear me clearly. I'm saying the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, the Masonic knowledge that he dropped that day was worth more than anything. Let me tell you, this is how serious it was for us who was there. Just tuned in. What's the topic? Masonic legends is the topic tonight. But I'm almost out of here, brother. So this is the kicker to the whole thing, right? So here we are, Grand Masters, Sovereign Grand Commanders, Shriners. I mean, here we are at this table with him. And he's dropping jewels and knowledge regarding Freemasonry. It's like, wow. It made me think, well, damn, shit. I mean, really, I know why we here, but jeez, brother. I mean, brother, he was finding it off. Numbers, what numbers represent, how they fluctuate. I mean, this brother is dropping it off. I mean, like boom, boom, boom. Like, damn. I mean, to hear him tell you about his life story, not only that, he fed us. Look, we was only going to be there 1 hour, mind you. We was only supposed to be at the Honorable Louis Farrakhan home for 1 hour. You know what he did for us? He canceled his whole day. He said, brothers, he told his secretary, cancel my whole day. I want to spend all of this time with these brothers. We was like, wow, really? So at this time, we had brothers from the primitive rights. So we would say, look, this is what we want to do for you. This is what we want to do for you. You know, the number one question he asked us, he said, if you bestowed these honors upon me, is there anyone that can come behind you and take these honors from me? No, Can't nobody come behind us and take nothing. As a matter of fact, what was said was hell no. That's actually what came out of the mouths of everybody who was there. That's the truth. He said to us, then you may proceed. With that being said, the brothers who was there, the ones who had the authority to present and bestow these particular honors upon him, be it from the 96th degree, all right, the primitive rights, be it the Scottish Rite degrees was bestowed upon him, the past Grand Master honors was given to him, certificates, all of that, aprons and collars and cuffs, just all the regalia was given to him in saying, look, this is all of yours. But there was one thing that was not given to him. That was one thing that was not given to him. And look, I'm going to talk about that at another time because that's going to be doing an interview that I'm supposed to be having. Let me tell you, this moment when we went into the private room, it was about a 12 by 12 room that we went into. And I would tell you that when we went into the room with him, right, he had his bodyguard and his personal advisor was in the same room. All right. It was 6 of us that was in this room with him. And that's as far as I'm going to go. Look, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. This was great. I just need for you to think about those Masonic legends that came through your doors that help you to be the Mason you are. I'm going to need that from you because we have them. And please, whatever you do, recognize those guys in your lodge, those sisters in your chapters, those legends who have assisted and aided you to be the best Mason you can be. Let me see what we got here. Zone in his black and white suit. What's up, Oscar? How you doing, brother? Knowledgeable brothers always moving in silence and observing is like Rob Sterling's in the twilight. Greetings. What's going on, brother Jordan? When you look down on any man, what does that say about your character? Absolutely. Greetings. What's up, Randolph Teller? Yes, there were bigger back in the days. The most wishful Prince Hall, Grand Lodge, California jurisdiction. What's going on, Ralph Teller? How you been, brothers? Greetings. Welcome aboard. Ralph Teller, for the Order of the Eastern Star was my big mama. I heard that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. See, look, this brother said his big mama was that legend for him. Listen to what this brother said. His big mama, who was a member of the Order of the Eastern Star, was that legend for him. All I'm saying is that we have to realize that there are legends in our lives that we can touch. Man, don't let that opportunity pass you by. Don't do that. If a brother or a sister has assisted in aiding you to be the best OES sister that you can be, to be the best Mason you can be, man, look, take them out to lunch, take them to dinner, do something for them just to say thank you. Do that, because they're not going to be here forever. Hear me clearly. Those legends in your life, man, they're not going to be here forever. I can say that because everyone that was in my lodge, when I came through, they're all gone. All of them. I've buried everyone but two, along with the other brothers in my lodge. But I'm saying I seen them. Okay, I touched them. I went to their home. I ate at their table. I sucked knowledge from them. Okay, I'm talking about those brothers, those sisters who aided me in my journey. I'm talking about those who really put it out there and said, this is what the craft is all about. This is what the sisterhood is all about. You running around talking this and that. I'm talking about some real action. I'm talking about somebody who showed you what it was all about in the actions, brother. That's the ones I'm talking about. Them are legends, man. Y'all walking around, doing some other stuff. I'm talking about some real Masons and Eastern Stars, some living legends. Those individuals that said, look, this is what it's all about. You running around talking about you this and you that, man, it ain't even worth your time no more. I'm talking about leaving something for the next brother or sister to grab hold to. I'm talking about leaving them something tangible where they can say, shit, I know because this brother assisted in aiding me on learning. I'm talking about them type of legends, not them legends or so-called legends that you come across and all they want to do is argue, debate. I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about the real ones. I'm talking about them. See, we need to honor the real ones. Oh yeah, it's cool to write books and to debate. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But I'm talking about the real legends. The ones that said, look, I got you no matter what. Them. I'm talking about the real legends. The ones that are in your life right now. And some that may have passed on. You need to recognize who they are while they're living. Give them their flowers, brothers. Sisters, give that sister her flowers. She's 75. She's 80. She's been coming to chapter meetings. She ain't received no pen, no nothing. But she's been there day in and day out. You can call on the phone. If she could drive, she'll come pick you up. Them type of legends. Man, come on, guys. Don't do that to yourself. Don't miss out on the opportunity of honoring living legends in your life. You don't do that. If you got a brother or a sister in your chapter, your lodge, and they've been there for a long time, give them their 50-year pen, that 10, 13, whatever that year is. Give them that pen. Give it to them. Don't withhold it. Too many times we withhold flowers from those that we may be upset with because they said something we didn't like. Don't do that. Let that shit go. Honor those living legends that have helped you along the way. Like Brother Taylor said, hey, my big mama. Honor those legends. So look, to all of the brothers of the craft, to all of the sisters of the order, I hope and I pray that you've gotten something out of this tonight to where it touches you to be the best that you can be and extend that olive branch and what it really means to walk upright, to use the trowel to spread the cement of brotherly love, to understand why you use the chisel in the setting wall, why you got to level out, why you got to be plumb. Take those symbolism and break them down and apply them to your very daily activity. I ain't saying you're perfect, but I'm saying apply them. I'm saying apply them. So look, I'm going to get ready to go once again. Check out Brother Gregory Call, Deputy Grand Master of King Solomon Grand Lodge of Virginia, CBS 6 News. Really? Really? All right. Okay. All right. Please do me a favor. Hit the like button. Share this with some of your craft, some of your sisters, and let them know, hey, appreciate those legends. Appreciate them. Hey, they're here today. They're gone tomorrow. So until next time, peace and be well. Whatever you do, stay out the bushes and keep your light on. Definitely. Join me on October the 27th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I have Professor Kimbo, who's going to be joining us. You've probably seen him on Hidden Colors. He's going to be joining us on October the 27th, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. And brothers, I can't wait to have this interview with Professor as he breaks down some knowledge to us. And you know what? If you want to be part of the live Zoom, you know what to do. Hit me up, email me. I will add you to the Zoom so you can be on with us. And you got any questions that you want to ask him in regarding masonry, in regarding the ancestors, any of that, just bring it all in. We can do that. So until next time, peace and be well. God bless you. Stay out the bushes. Keep your light on. Remember this, I'm not your study guide, but I'm here to help you study. I'm out.